So what is aperture? Aperture is a fraction, 1 over a certain number. So basically it's the size of the opening on the lens versus the actual overall size of the opening on the lens itself. When you see f22, for example, that means 1 over 22. So that means that you have a very, very small opening because the fraction is much, much smaller. 1 over 1.4, for example, is almost a 1-to-1 ratio, which means your opening is much wider. So why is aperture important to us as photographers? Well, there are a number of reasons why it is, but there are two very, very important ones. The first one is it affects what shutter speed you can shoot at. So if you're shooting action or movement, it's really, really critical that you understand what aperture does what so that you can get the shutter speed that you want. The second thing it affects is your depth of field, and depth of field we'll be covering in our next video. So whether you're using one of these big bad boys or you're using one of these little guys, it's going to be very, very important for you to understand what aperture is and how it affects your shot.
Be sure to subscribe now to stay updated on my show, and we'll give you tips and insight to keep advancing your photography. Also, check out our guests' website for a closer look at their work. Tune in to our next episode of Advancing Your Photography for an inside look at another photographer's world. Until then, this is Marc Silber reminding you to get out and capture your own images of life.